Happy Bitcoin Pizza Day everyone, and you should celebrate it because it seems like the market is celebrating with Bitcoin reaching a new all-time high. While it seems like a coincidence, there's something going on behind the scene. Curious on what it is? Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to Republic Labs YouTube channel. In this video, we will talk about Bitcoin's new all-time high and what's happening behind the scene. And also, is this the start of a bull market? Let's talk about it. So as you can see here, according to data from CoinGecko, Bitcoin has just surpassed $109,000, reaching a new all-time high. As you can see here, the all-time high happened today, as Bitcoin is closing in on $110,000. But it stopped at around $109,900. This is celebrated across the market as this happened the same time as Bitcoin Pizza Day. So the Bitcoin Pizza Day happened today at May 22nd, and this has been celebrated for 15 years. So if you don't know what the Bitcoin Pizza Day is, it's basically a day to remember the time when a programmer purchased 2 pizzas with 10,000 Bitcoin. If we take into account how much that would be worth today, it would be worth around $1 billion, even more. So, this is an expensive pizza. Specifically, 2 pizzas for around $1 billion, a significant pizza. And it's not really worth it considering it's just Papa John's. Nothing fancy, it's still good, but not $1 billion worth of good. So as you might remember, earlier I stated that this all happened because there's something going on behind the scene. And what I mean by that is, there's a lot of institutional purchase going on, especially from BlackRock. As you can see here, BlackRock is currently buying more and more Bitcoin, not only for its spot ETF, but also for its treasury. Some analysts are highlighting that BlackRock is close to purchasing more Bitcoin than Satoshi Nakamoto himself, or itself, since we don't know who Satoshi Nakamoto is. As you can see here, the data was stated by Eric Balchunas, who is an ETF analyst for Bloomberg. As you can see here, BlackRock owns more than 600,000 Bitcoin, which is arguably more than all institutional investors in the world. However, it's not more than Satoshi Nakamoto himself, but it is close, considering Satoshi Nakamoto has around 1.1 million Bitcoin. But analysts stated that, with the current purchase rate of Bitcoin from BlackRock, it might become the biggest holder of Bitcoin in the world. This has raised many concerns, considering it might erase the decentralization value of Bitcoin. Considering that Bitcoin was created to become a decentralized currency, with BlackRock owning most of it, it might become less decentralized. However, most people don't realize this yet, considering that they took this news positively, making it a positive sentiment to push Bitcoin upwards. Looking at BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF itself, as you can see here, the last 7 days, or the last month, BlackRock has been purchasing more and more, with an average of around 10,000 Bitcoin per week, which is huge. This is why a lot of people are predicting that BlackRock might overtake Satoshi Nakamoto in terms of its Bitcoin holding. Another sentiment came from Metaplanet, which is another big player in the Bitcoin industry. As you can see here, Metaplanet is buying more, and it is planning a Bitcoin treasury fund. The current target for Metaplanet is that it plans to purchase 10,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year. From its official statement, it is stated that it currently has 7,800 Bitcoin, which is close to 10,000 Bitcoin. So it is planning to purchase more, and this might become the positive sentiment that pushes Bitcoin upwards again. Aside from this, a lot of countries are planning regulations to create a Bitcoin treasury fund or to adopt more Bitcoin into its payment system. So Ukraine is one of the countries that's planning its Bitcoin strategic reserve, with its bill being close to be finalized. Saudi Arabia also plans to adopt more Bitcoin, with its central bank shifting its focus to Bitcoin. This is not a surprise considering the UAE is adopting more digital currencies, and Saudi Arabia don't want to get left behind. Panama also just teased that it's planning a Bitcoin strategic reserve, following the suit of El Salvador. Also, the US is warming up towards more adoption of digital currencies, with the country voting and finalizing on the Genius Act bill, which is the stablecoin bill that will regulate stablecoins in the United States, and another plan to upgrade US gold reserve to US Bitcoin reserve. As you can see here, the Genius Act bill is being finalized, as it has just went through a voting stage among the Senate. Also, a lot of states in the US are adopting more Bitcoin individually, with Texas becoming the latest to pass the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve Bill. So all of this created a positive sentiment for Bitcoin to go up, which is why Bitcoin is currently reaching a new all-time high. A lot of analysts are predicting that this might be the start of a bull market, one of which is Peter Brand. Peter Brand is known for his predictions, as most of the time he is correct. He is predicting that this is the start of a bull market, and he is predicting that by the end of August, Bitcoin will reach around $150,000. According to our own technical analysis, this might be true, considering that Bitcoin is still in its upward trend. However, the RSI seems concerning as Bitcoin is reaching an overbought state. Usually when this happens, there's a correction, but this might only create a lower high, which is good for Bitcoin. However, if Bitcoin broke below 105,000 US dollars, the upward trend might not continue and the bull market might be postponed. So for now, as long as there's no sudden negative sentiment, the bull market might be starting. However, this is not financial advice, as we also might be wrong. So don't forget to manage your risk better and keep your strategy intact. Well, that's all the information I have today. If you guys like contents like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you guys are notified when my next upload. Cheers, guys!